And a jolly good, soggy, overcast and quite muggy morning to you from Elblag here in northern Poland, or Elblag if you are looking at it with a pair of English eyes. I've probably got both pronunciations totally incorrect, but we won't worry about that at this point in time. Yes, it's a bit of a soggy day here in this this ancient old town, just on the edge of the Vistula Lagoon, or on the Elblag Canal, which leads out into the lagoon, and ultimately out into the Baltic Sea once you've navigated the Vistula Spit. However, that's not what we're here to talk about this morning. I'm going to go for a walk around this small town, and it is fairly small. So the walk's going to consist of a walk out to an area called Bajantania, a nature area. And hopefully we'll find a place called the Palace Augusta Abega v Elblagu. Really, when I see a sign with it on, I shall put it on the screen, because I'm absolutely certain I've absolutely crucified that. Via Park Dolinka as well, so it's about a 4-kilometre walk from here, so 2.5 miles in each direction. We'll just go for a little stroll through the old town, out the other side of the town, out to the nature area and the palace, and see what there is to see along the way. It's a bit of a museum day today, so I might add that in the equation later on. There are a couple of museums here, but for the moment, at least, while it's just drizzling rather than pouring with rain, we shall go for a little walk. So lovely buildings just here, of course all carefully reconstructed post 1945, along with a lot of towns in this part of the world. And if you ever need an alarm call at 8 o'clock in the morning, then don't bother setting your alarm, because this church will ring loudly and at length at 8 o'clock in the morning, as it did this morning. And even with double glazing, you can hear it. In fact, of course, a cathedral. And yes, this is a reconstruction, as are most places around here. But again, if you look at the ground level, some people only look at the entrance to businesses, shops and so on. Not very inspiring, and that's the case in a lot of places all around the world where there's old buildings, whether they've been reconstructed or whatever. Just look up and just see what's still up there, because quite often developers who put new fancy shop fronts or whatever on buildings at ground level don't bother with anything higher up, thankfully, and leave the look of the buildings as they're supposed to be. Has got a sort of how do we put it, a sort of a Disney World feel about it. It's quite clear that obviously they've tried to get back what this used to look like prior to 1945. The old buildings next to the canal, the merchants' buildings and so on. But of course, they are exactly that. Very pleasant though, all the same. Let's come up to the centre really of the old town. It was quite busy up here last night. Then again, it wasn't drizzling with rain and quite windy. Fair few cafes and restaurants and so on. It is only a small town, and it's not Krakow or anywhere like that, with street after street of old cobbled stones and buildings. You soon get out of the old town area and away from into more sort of modern areas. It has got trams though, so you get bonus points for having trams, and although it's a canal rather than a river, it has that too, so they always get bonus points for. There's a casino. I do love these signs whenever you come across them. Yeah, quite a selection of places on there actually, and not ones you'd normally expect. Normally it's got Paris, New York, London, etc. And I don't know if that's the Polish version of twin towns. It's got a number of twin towns if that's the case. Miasta, which I think is the word for town, and Partnerskie, so town partner would be the direct translation, I guess, of that. In English we'd call that twin towns. I'm not sure if it is exactly the same thing, but that's why it's not a load of really well-known places, because that's rarely the case with twin towning. You don't normally get twinned with Paris, although I suppose you might do if you're... But interestingly, England there, Great Britain at least, Trowbridge. So looks like Elblag is twinned with Trowbridge. When I get a chance later, I shall Google Trowbridge. I've not been there for a while, and see if it mentions where it's twinned with. And hello from Elblag. Various places there, and one in China, Lithuania is that? I don't know. Germany, Leer in Germany. Okay, I do like those. We're going to take a walk up this road now, according to the map, alongside the tram line. We've got nice trams here actually, and when I say nice, I mean good old-fashioned ones, not these modern ones that with all the bells and buzzers like you get today. They're a bit boring really, aren't they? But they're still trams, so I'll give them that. A few buildings that have seen better days along here. The lovely cakes here in Poland. We'll have to pop in there later on, or somewhere similar. Need to burn some calories first though. Solidarności, or Solidarity Place or Square. There's quite a lot of mentions of it here. Of course, we're not far away from Gdansk here, where Solidarity was based, along with Lech Wałęsa back in, if you remember, back in the 80s. All the struggles they had, and victories as well. So yeah, I'll presume Solidarity were strong here too. It's not far away from the shipyards of Gdansk here, and it's on the canal, and it kind of is it's not shipyards, but there is shipping here to a fashion. So yeah, interesting. I thought I'd sort of seen a museum actually with relation to Solidarity. I'm not 100% sure where I've seen it now, whether it was here or somewhere further down the line, but we're in a bit of a more of a let's say working class suburb now of Elblag. Well, funnily enough, the tram I saw earlier on was quite an old-fashioned one. That looks like a much more modern version. Bit of a tram interchange around here, and old town hall over there. And what used to be probably a very nice looking park or square turned mostly into a car park now, but interwoven with a bit of a park there and this tram junction and a massive great metal thing over there, which I'm just going to have to go and have a look at and investigate. Some very interesting signs here with photographs, luckily, all in Polish unfortunately though, the writing, so can't really get totally to the bottom of it, but it's basically a sign about the history of this part of Poland, Royal Poland, and the period of time when it was ruled by the Teutonic Order, and various dates up there. Teutonic Knights there, don't they? But yeah, it's a shame they haven't popped a little bit in English for the likes of me. There's one of the old-fashioned trams now just going past. Oh, I bet that makes a good rattling sound when you get on it. Much better than those new ones, sure you all agree. Look at that. Okay, gonna hit one of the parks now. First of the parks. The rain that started off as just a bit of drizzle has now increased to steady rain. Might have to actually get the waterproof coat out in a moment. I'm guessing that's the one in grey, the top sign. I've seen that a couple of times walking around now. It says Spatial Forms Trail. I'm assuming it's some kind of cycle track. So I guess I need to look that up really, but it's a bit of a strange term really, Spatial Forms Trail. The other one says the Park Road, which I guess is a bit more explanatory. Right, so seems a nice enough park, as is seems to be the way these days. Heavy manicuring of the grassy areas appears to have gone out the window, unless it's a royal park in Britain, and then it's business as usual. But I gather this is, again, I've said this before, a nod towards helping the flora and fauna, or protect it, insects in particular, which are of course crucial for pollinisation and so on and so forth. So I guess that's what's happening there. And I've had to reel it now. It's actually turning almost what you would call into pouring rain now, but waterproof's on. It's not a cold day. Where's the fun in warm sunshine every single day? Even the brollies are out down there. That's not going to spoil our fun. Certainly nice weather for ducks today. So we're through the park now, out of the main part of the old town and the inner suburbs, if you like, and to the outer suburbs. Heading off out towards the palace. I don't think you can go in it, looking at Google at least anyway, but we'll have a see. Certainly be able to stand outside and stare in, I think. And this is the stadium of League 2 team who finished ninth. I think it's the 9th out of 18th in League 2 of Polish football last season. Olympia Elblag. Well, what can I say? I'm assuming League 2 is the second tier. It could possibly be the third tier. I'm not 100% sure if they've got kind of a Premier League, League 1, League 2 arrangement here type setup. But even so, my team, Derby County, play in the third tier of English football at Pride Park Stadium. So they've perhaps got a little way to go here to catch up with the footballing infrastructure of Britain. Saying that, we've got Luton Town in the Premier League now with their ground, but of course Kenilworth Road is no comparison to what I've just seen there. 1945 they were formed. Interesting. And the capacity of the ground 7,000. So yeah, in terms of footballing infrastructure, while Polish national team are not too bad on the whole. They do reasonably well in the various tournaments, and they've got a few big clubs in the main cities. Poznan being one of their main teams, of course, some of the Warsaw clubs. But yeah, out here, wow. Tucked away amongst all the houses. That's how a football ground should be, really, in my opinion. Not miles away from everywhere. It takes 3 buses and a train to get to it. Right, so kind of out of the town now, really. I've been sent off down this dirt track, so it'll be interesting to see where it leads out to. Just wish I had my favourite Go Jauntly app available in places like this. Google Maps can be a little bit random at times. However, I've just looked at the entire route along here that it's given me, and it looks feasible, put it like that, so we'll see. Wouldn't be the first time I've had to turn around and go back because it's just come to a dead end, or it's routed you across private land. This looks okay. Feels like I'm back in Britain just along here. Nice potholed dirt track running next to what appear to be like allotments, what I would call allotments anyway. What makes me laugh with these things, allotments, but I've seen it in Britain too, and just here I've just noticed it. Signs, whether there are cameras up, security cameras up or not, is another matter, but a sign saying that there's a security camera. I mean, seriously, do people go and steal from allotments, a bag of potatoes and things like that, do they? I suppose it could be equipment, couldn't it? Tools and things in sheds. If you're not carrying them there, taking them each time. But, I don't know. Sad world sometimes. Out into the countryside. There's some really nice houses nestled amongst those trees. And looking at the hill ahead, not that far away from destination now, probably about another kilometre, so I'm thinking that this is called again. Let's get my little bit of paper out. Bajantania. Yeah, interesting. I think there's lots of nature walks in there and trails and cycle tracks and so on to go around. The weather's not massively conducive to it, but then again, anyone that's spent summer in England in the Lake District knows this weather well. Anyway, it tends to keep the mosquitoes from coming out to have a nibble when it's like this. And there are a few of those around here. My legs are testament to that fact. Well, it is a Tuesday morning. I appear to have arrived at a car park at least for presumably this beauty spot. Not a single car in here, but as I say, it's a damp day on a Tuesday morning, so possibly there's no surprise that there's not really anybody up here. I'm going to plug on anyway. Seems to be a sign just up there explaining where I am, and hopefully go for a nice little walk over there. I'm going to enjoy hot chocolate after this, I have to say. Simon's just advertising a restaurant, basically. Car parking, restaurant and toilets, so that could come in handy. Half a kilometre away, which is more or less the end of this trip out to the area, or the beginning of it anyway. See what there is to look around once I get there. I think I might take the slightly more direct route via the roads back. Well, that was quite muddy walking through there. Well, if you want a Polish park stroke nature reserve beauty spot all to yourself, come in August on a Tuesday morning when it's absolutely chucking it down with rain. Here we are. Where's the entrance anyway? I'm not going to pretend I understand a single word of that on there, but I'm guessing that there's some nice walks up here, although with this weather. Incidentally, the weather forecast was for light intermittent showers. At the moment it's absolutely hacking it down, so to the point where it's starting to run down the back of my neck. Yes, I know, do up your jacket a bit tighter. I agree. Well, it's quite a warm day too. Need to get some air in. This seems to be the main entrance. Pretty deserted today. I imagine the cafe's probably not even open. I can't. There's a few cars here, but if it is, I won't be grabbing a coffee there. Anyway, firstly, I'm going to go up and have a look at this palace. I think I've already seen it up on the hill. And as far as I understand it, you can't go in. And there's a security gate here as well, so I'm not sure how far I'm going to get here. I'll have to get Google Translator out to make sure I'm not violating anything here. I'm not sure whether you can really go in or not. There's the palace, so just over there. It was pleasant enough, I suppose, with some nice grounds. There's no signs about entrance fees or come in and have a look around, so I'm going to just wander off. And have a little look over here as the intermittent light showers turn into a torrent. I do like walking in the rain. It's something I find really quite relaxing and calming, and I do it frequently. Well, I'm from England, so I have to do it frequently. 6 months of the year it's raining, so it's either that or stay indoors. Shan't be doing that anytime soon. Right, let's have a little look around here. I bet this place was packed at the weekend because the weather was a lot nicer. This place certainly spans a large area for recreational activities. It looks like it's got a zip wire. It mentions the palace. Let's try to see where the palace is on this map. I guess I'm over here somewhere. Oh, there's a tram there as well. It tells you where you can get a tram. Might have to take that option up to go back. Deer Park, I think that probably means. Right, well, I'm going to have a little wander around here and I'll add on anything of interest that I see from now on in. If I see anything. Nice, I find these a lot in Poland actually, like just like little outdoor venue places where you could have bands playing, and there's another one there just tucked away amongst the trees. How often they get used I don't really know, but this would be a nice place to come and sit and listen to some music. I would say make sure you've got that high strength mosquito repellent on if you sit out here, especially if it's in the evening time. Then again, if I'm here you won't need to because they'll all land on me and eat me instead. Right, just had a little read of the sign there. Mentions a mountain, but in all directions, pretty much all directions from Amsterdam, it seems to be going downhill, so I'm not entirely sure where this mountain is. It should be in this direction, so I'm going to just take a little wander down this way, see what I can see. I think possibly the word mountain might be lost in translation slightly. Anyway, see what we can find. These cobbles are very slippy in the rain. Presuming the mountains where the zip wire comes down from. So I'll have a look over here anyway. Seems to be a fair few of these scattered about, with wood provided as well, little piles of wood, so you can light a bonfire, sit around it at night. In fact, this one's still smouldering, presumably from yesterday. Still feel the heat from that actually. Yeah. Even though it's pouring with rain, but yeah, that's nice. Now there's some wood there you can use. And if it's pouring with rain, you can come and sit in here. There's the fun in that, eh? It's still smouldering away nicely. That must have been a good fire going yesterday. Not really got a clue where I'm going now. Just had a look on Google Maps. If I carry on in this rough direction, I'll eventually come to a cemetery and a road 509, I think it was, which leads back to Elblag and Blanc. Still can't get that right. And I'll head back that way. I don't know where this mountain is though. Can't be much of one, I don't think. But that's what it was called. Nice little stream running through over there. The restaurant and cafe that was back by the car park did appear to be kind of open. There were staff there, but don't think they had much to do. Maybe it gets busier later on. Indication that this stream flows quite heavily during winter, where they've shored up the curve in it just here to stop it washing away this footpath. It's flowing quite lightly now despite the fact it's raining, but I imagine when the winter rains are in full swing it gushes down quite a lot more than that. I'm sure this is partly due to the weather and also it's Tuesday morning, but this is absolutely tranquil, peace and quiet up here, absolutely wonderful. Well, I think I'm on a circular trail now, back to the car park where I started. 4.2 kilometres from here, it said. I think that's where I started, so I'm going to continue on this way. It's been steady uphill for much of this walk. It's going quite steep now, but when I was walking alongside the stream, and though it wasn't steep, the stream was going in the opposite direction to me, so I must have been going uphill a little bit. Imagine at some point, not too far up here, I'm going to start going back downhill again. Beautiful walk out here though. Really, really peaceful. Google Maps is not really much comp out here. The only website that I could find, I've lost the signal completely now, but the only website I could find didn't translate into English. So I'm basically following that, which I think, if I've read the sign correctly, means it will take me back to where I started. If not, it will take me somewhere, I guess, and then we'll figure it out from there. Definitely can hear voices in the woods. I think there must be another path up there somewhere. Took me a couple of listens. It's only quite eerie coming. Yeah, definitely voices up there. Hope I've not gone the wrong way, and I should be going up where they are. No, there's my green flag, yellow marker. And the yellow marker shows in both directions, so it is a circular route. It's the only human noise I've heard for a little while now. Right, well, came to a point here where you can go in either direction. I've just had a look on Google Maps, and all things considered, I'm going to head back in the general direction of where I started, as I can't really properly establish where I'm going to end up if I go in the other direction. So it looks like it will be a nice big circle completed. A bit more of on an actual cycle track now. Which should lead me straight back to the place where I started. So my only thoughts now really, once I get back there, are will that cafe be open? Because I quite fancy a cup of coffee and maybe a donut or something if they've got any of those. We shall see, we shall see. And then I think I'll head back and maybe take a tram ride back into town. Hopefully get one of those really old ones. Come across signs of life again. I don't think this is the same Oh, it's not. No, the other one was round, wasn't it? Some guys lighting up their bonfire here. I like their work here actually, rather than visitors. Probably just burning old bits of wood rather than cooking their lunch. Yeah, the park rangers. Nice smell of burning wood though. Little sign there, I didn't really understand what it was. So I thought I'd come up for a quick look, followed the dustbin cart up here, but it's there. It's just an allotment in the forest. Very nice too. Lovely place to have an allotment and some orchards as well. So, right, so I'm going to head down. Hopefully that coffee shop will be open. And grab a coffee before I head back in to town. What a beautiful place up here, it really is. Probably not the ideal weather conditions for some. Still raining reasonably heavily, but there's a good tree cover here at the moment at this time of year, so you're shielded from the majority of it. But I quite like walking in the rain anyway. And it was certainly very quiet, and he bumped into a couple of people the whole time. I've been walking around there getting on for 3 hours now. So yeah, I'm going to sort of make my way back, and I'll add in any interesting points I see along the way. Well, I'm back to where I started as far as the Bajantania is concerned. That's where I am now. That's where I started a few hours ago, and I think, I can't be 100% certain on this, I've just come back down this way, definitely, and I think I've followed the stream more or less to here, and then up there, up to there, and back round. So that's a fairly decent walk. I'd say that's probably about 6 miles, 10 kilometres, I would think. So I'm going to try and grab something to eat or drink here, and that tram stop there is looking very appealing. So I'll probably wander my way down there and see if there's any tram likely to come along anytime soon, and if it is, I'll hop on it. I'm not sure this is a really old one. Yeah, it is. Or one of the older ones anyway. Gotta love a tram. I'm going to turn around. There's a turning circle just there amongst all that grass. I thought it was all closed down when I came down here, because it looked all overgrown. But no, it's going to turn around amongst those trees. It's disappeared completely into the trees then. Yeah, I mean, normally turning circles aren't quite so overgrown as that, but that's fantastic. I love it. It's due off in about 5 minutes, so presumably there's somewhere to stop down there. Maybe a little room for the driver to go and take a comfort break. It's about a 15-minute tram ride into town. This is absolutely fantastic. I love it. I love trams anyway. I think they're a great thing. Fantastic addition to any city. But the way that this is just rummaging through the bushes there. Yeah, I mean, if I'd taken a random tram ride today, this would have been the one I'd have hopefully picked, because obviously the forest at the end is... what the problem was, but we've been moved on to a different tram, which is very exciting. The tram drivers changed trams as well. I'm quite sure what was going on there. It's supposed to take a left turn down to the next stop, which is my stop for getting off. But the tram took, those doors clank, brilliant, don't they? Took a right turn, and then there was everyone jumped off and then jumped off onto this tram. So I can presume there's some sort of problem either with the track or the tram. But the driver came as well, so it was all good. Off we go. Next stop is mine. Right, that's it. I'm back in the centre of Elblag. That was interesting. Yeah, nice little walk from the old town through the new town, through the suburbs and out to a forest. And the bonus of a tram ride on the way back. It's still pouring with rain, so I'm going to go and dry off, put some dry clothes on, get some food and call it a day. Might even go and visit one of those museums later, because it is definitely museum weather today in Elblag. Absolutely chucking it down. Thanks for watching. You know the score. Tick the boxes if you liked it, and so on and so forth. If not, don't tick anything. Have a nice day. Catch you again soon. Bye for now. I'm only 1,766 kilometres from Trowbridge. There you go. Bye.